Έχω πολύ... Ναι, ωραία. Γεια σας, είμαι ο Βασίλης Samourkas, Deputy Editor.
Hello, I am Vasilis Samourkas, the Deputy Editor of Fortune Greece. Following Carmen's presentation, we're going to have a discussion that will make it very interesting. We will be discussing in English.
I said in Greek that this is going to be a very interesting question, interesting interview. And discussion because, well, we heard you what you talked before, but we have company now and we're going to say more things about it.
Super good company.
I would like to, besides Carmen Ballesta, I'd like to welcome Maximilian Winter. He's the CEO of Rare Candy 3D. Vladimiros Pelvanidis, he's owner of Orta Digital, and Joaquin Tusqets, who is a blockchain advisor and metaverse expert.
Nobody's expert.
Nobody's expert, okay. No. Because I am not an expert about NFTs and the metaverse, for sure.
Neither do I.
So I heard Carmen what said about NFTs and art. Okay. But I still want to know, what is an NFT? Is it just a piece of art?
You can show one.
Is it, well, an investment product, a ticket to the metaverse, or a gimmick? I would like to ask each one of you. Let's start on the other side. Let's start with Joaquin.
Okay, I would say I describe it as a digital item. So when you own this item, you become part of a community. So every community has like an objective, and you can get different benefits from the utilities from each community. And the goal is that every member of the community, they add value somehow with their relationships, with their personal connections. So the membership card, I would say the NFT, grows up in value. So that's how I would define it.
Okay. Vladimir?
I think that NFTs, like the way I see them, I think they are more of digitally verifiable ownership contracts. So they could be attributed to owning digital art, but that could be also a proof of ownership for something that's physical. That can be a real estate contract, it can be a car, it can be like a physical cloth, like a fashion wearable, a ticket to an event. So essentially NFT is like a way to prove without intermediaries, without third parties kind of vouching for it, that you own or you are part of something very, very specific.
Like a certificate?
Correct.
Okay. Max?
You know how at university, when you have a multiple choice exam, they give you the option, all of the above? Like, that's the right answer here. Everything you mentioned, all of the above.
I feel like I'm in the university right now, for sure. Carmen, did they say everything?
They say everything, and I also mentioned it at the beginning, like, the definition is perfect.
Okay, well, Carmen, you talked about the technological renaissance of art. How is it going to benefit the field? And what about, let's say, the opposition, the other side, the traditional minds?
The traditional mind, I mean, this is gonna, digital art, thanks to NFTs, I already explained it, it has changed a lot, and it has been a huge improvement for that. Because before that, the internet was a giant copy machine with the only possible business model being the advertisement. Not because we want it, but because it was paying the bills of that. With NFTs, this changed completely. And because artists now want to create, they receive royalties. Collectors are secure buying art, and they also own their data, which is like super important. And comparing it to the traditional work of art, I mean, I don't think we have to compare. It's never all or nothing. They both can co-live together. It's not a problem. It can, traditional art has always have new times, new, for example, when the Impressionist came, everyone was like, oh my gosh, no, this is horrible. This is going to destroy our art, which was super realism. And it's happening exactly the same. Like, history repeats itself over and over again. But I think they will co-live, and traditional art will integrate digital art, and we will take it as normal.
This reminds me of the story, well, the evolution of entertainment, like the radio, cinema, records, tapes, MP3s, and now the online stores in music and the NFTs.
Yeah.
But Max, I am talking about entertainment. Okay, can you tell me how the NFTs define some or all fields of entertainment?
So earlier, Carmen asked a question about who here owns an NFT, right? Can you show your hands really quick again? Now, 1 year ago, I was holding a speech on NFTs in Thessaloniki also, and it was only one person. So I'm very happy to see a lot of hands. Keep it up, Thessaloniki. But is anybody here that owns an NFT that is not digital art? Please put up your hand. What do you own? Nice, nice. I get you. It's very nice. Okay, but right now, 90% of NFTs are digital art, right? But entertainment is more than just art, right? The reason why right now most of the NFTs are digital art is because NFTs are solving a lot of problems or shortcomings of the traditional art market. But of course, there are also other industries of entertainment, such as fashion, such as music, etc. And we can see that these things start more and more to interrupt also. So we don't know how it can work, how it can redefine. Basically, it's like asking somebody in the year 2002, how can the internet redefine entertainment? If you ask 100 people, you'll get 100 questions, but probably none of them would be able to guess where we are right now. And that's why I love also what you said at the beginning. If anybody claims they know what happens in 10 years, if anybody claims to be an NFT expert, turn around and run away, because it doesn't exist. I hope that answered the question.
Yeah, it did, but there is another part in my question. Can we fight, or is there an equilibrium between our digital life and our real life if we get into so deeply into such things like the metaverse and the NFTs, etc.?
Oh, nice. Okay, that's actually one of my favorite questions, right? It was like one of the only good things that happened during this pandemic was that our life moved more and more online on like a large scale, right? Now, I'm a human, I have a certain personality. The reason I dress the way I dress is because this is an extension of my personality that I'm showing to you right now. As I'm moving online and as I'm communicating online with people, I have the same need to express my personality, if this is with my fashion, if this is with music, etc. So I think there are a lot of interesting advancement when it comes to this. Like one of the approach we have at Rare Candy, for example, we work with silo chips. So for example, we have physical fashion NFTs. There's like a piece of clothing, but it also contains a chip that you can scan, and it shows the proof of ownership and that you actually hold this NFT in your wallet. So I think there's a big future for not just digital things, not just digital things, but exactly this combination. This is a perfect sweet spot. If we manage to combine both of them, if I buy a sweater from Versace, and I get the same sweater maybe also in the metaverse. This would be a...
I have done that last week. Sarah launched a collection when you buy your physical, it was a jumper, and then I also got it for the metaverse. So it was amazing. Like I will always buy clothes like that.
Okay. Vladimir, all of those things, digital or physical, are made by creators. So the creators have to protect their IPs, their intellectual properties. We are heading to a world, over-digitalized world, let me say. Is it a threat, this over-digitalization of creations, or is it a benefit?
Oh, that's a tough one, but I assume that when it comes to intellectual property, like most of the artists, most of the creators, what they found interesting in NFTs in the first place is that you get rid of intermediaries. So there is a way to kind of create your things, sell it to your audience without paying taxes, without having an agency or like a gallery or wherever. So this is like the first reason everyone gets involved. But when it comes to IPs, it depends on how do you structure your NFT contract, essentially, like a smart contract. A smart contract, in case you don't know, is like a piece of code, or it's like an automated program on Ethereum or on any other blockchain that supports smart contracts. And it depends who creates the smart contract. So if it's a company, for example, like a big company that works with IP, they will probably insert inside the contract that every time this thing is resolved, I'm going to make a percentage, or I'm going to give something to the artist, or in most cases, what we've seen from big curation houses, like NFT houses, they keep all the royalties, and then in the end of the month, they're going to distribute it back to the artist. But I think it's in the artist's hands, like you can skip even that and create a contract that gives you the royalties automatically. Every time somebody uses this NFT, or every time this NFT changes hands, your wallet is directly involved. You don't need anyone for this.
Will you need a lawyer for that?
I'm sorry?
Will you need a lawyer for that?
It depends. Like it depends. Like it all comes down on how deep you're involved in the tech. Obviously, not everyone is a programmer. Like you can't expect. Like, most artists who start with NFTs, I think they choose a platform that they think it's nice, it looks nice, or it looks easy to use, and they mint their first NFT there. But I think as much as time passes and you get involved, you realize that you can optimize. You can create contracts that are closer to your business model or to your thoughts, or kind of can deliver exactly what you had in mind, besides relying on third parties to kind of structure this revenue stream and this relationship between the creator and the creator economy.
Okay, Max.
Excuse me, I forgot something earlier. When all of you guys raised your hand and said you had an NFT, I forgot to mention that I brought an NFT for the rest of you guys, so that if we hold a speech here next year, like please, I want to see everyone's hands up. Just scan it and maybe pass it on when you're done. That would be amazing.
Okay.
That's okay, take your time.
Nice.
That's a surprise. Thank you,
I
Max.
wanted to, Max.
Joaquin, let's talk about the real stuff. Let's talk about the crypto winter, as some beloved media would like to call the collapse of the total valuation of cryptocurrency. And I'm talking about cryptocurrency because NFT and cryptos are interconnected, let's say something like that. So are you afraid that this winter will affect the development of the NFTs world, let me say that?
It will make them grow. So
make it grow?
Yeah.
Why?
I'm very positive. Okay, the thing is, this is my second crypto winter. I started the crypto space around 6 years ago. So I remember back in January 2018, it looked like a ghost town. I mean, nobody was there. Like the price collapsed and people ran away from crypto. VCs were not investing, and developers were trying to find some other jobs. And right now, we're in a completely different situation. We have a macro situation that is not helping anyone. I mean, it's affecting every single market, not only the crypto market. And I see every single day how communities are growing, are getting created, new technologies are getting applied. And I'm very positive, I'm very optimistic. I keep buying NFTs like crazy, like a degen that I am, every single week. And I will keep adding value to the community as a Web3 person.
Let me play the devil's advocate here. I saw you before. There's a Bloomberg report a couple of days ago on Wednesday. It's citing data from Analytics. It says that the NFTs trading in September has returned to pre-bubble levels, with monthly volume falling 97% from a January peak. So what is happening here?
Okay, the thing is, yeah, the market capitalization for crypto has decreased a lot, maybe 75% down. I don't know the numbers, but everything. I mean, Bitcoin, all crypto capitalization has gone down, right? So I keep buying, and I keep seeing communities, new NFTs collections launching. Price for me is distraction. from the actual technology. So if you don't focus on price, you just keep building and building. The next bull run is going to be amazing. I mean, for me, there's something like very important as well is people, the average Joe, they don't know how to create a MetaMask account, right? So we need to focus not only in creating on Web3, we need to also do some education for our Web2 people, and so we have like more people getting involved into Web3. So the market capitalization also grows in an organic way. So. Yeah.
And you said about Web3. Well, I have one of my favorite descriptions of what Web3 is. It uses, it said, blockchain, cryptocurrencies, and NFTs to give power back to the users in the form of decentralized ownership.
Yeah, it works.
So, citing that, Carmen.
I would change it a bit. If you want, I can give my own description of Web3.
Okay.
Yeah. So, when I have to explain someone like what's the difference between Web 1, Web 2, and Web 3, what I say is, okay, Web 1. We have to remember those old websites where you used to only put the address, read the newspaper, and run away from that website. You didn't interact at all with that website. Web 2 is you put a username and a password. You interact with that website, like Facebook, for example. You upload content, you put likes, you write to people. They keep this data and they sell the data to third parties and they get super rich and the user doesn't feel it. I mean, yeah, okay, you have a better user experience, but it's not enough.
And Web3 is no more Zuckerbergs.
No more, yes, there will be always Zuckerbergs, but the thing is you have a wallet, you connect your wallet to the website, you interact with this website and you disconnect, but you know what's going on every time. What you're I mean, if the company gets money, you get money as a user. So it's like the power is getting back to the user, right? So that's how I would describe it.
Yeah.
So this sounds like life-changing. And Carmen, I would like to ask you first, and then the other fellows. In which ways all of those things, all of those terms we heard today, like the Web3, the NFTs, etc., change the way we work, the way we shop, the way we live?
I mean, Web3 will change how we conceive internet, and it is changing it already. Now we are going through this way. Joaquin and I were talking before, like about the Web 2.5 things that are already there on the internet that are not Web 2, but they are in Web 3, fully Web 3 neither. And I think it will change the way we interact with internet, the way we buy things on internet, the way we create on internet, because that data is given back to us. We don't have to be prisoners of big companies that gets all the money, right? Also for work of art, Web3 is life changer, but in this field, I think there will always have to be some expert on that. Like not someone managing data or managing what you buy or what you sell or how do you buy or how you sell, but yes, they have to be advisors. Because if you want to invest on expensive work of art as an investment, you will need advisor of an artwork professional. So Web3 is not bad as saying we are going to get rid of everyone. No, I mean, wait a moment. We are just going to improve the system on our data, and on our creation.
Max?
I think my favorite example and the easiest to explain is like cutting out intermediaries, right? We are now paying a lot of money. I'm talking a lot of money to centralized intermediaries.
Yeah.
If these are banks, if I go and I pay with my Alpha Bank for a Freddo Espresso here, like the bank chooses the circumstances. If a bank decides to increase the fee that I pay for it, I will have to deal with this. I will have to live with it. So if we have a similar principle that we can do without an intermediary, where everybody profits, the buyer and the seller, then that's like a no-brainer direction that we have to take.
And Vladimir?
I think Web3 changes, essentially it's like the next generation internet, as Joaquin mentioned, and I think that you can see it from a pragmatic perspective, like how it actually changes our lives is that the most easy example is that we don't have to cut trees, print paper money, have heavy armored vehicles transferring this money, like just in the sense that you optimize, you have like a more efficient economic system, a more transparent economic system. This is already like a way forward. And then NFTs, you know, everyone talks about NFTs. They think it's digital pictures of cats that worth of millions or whatever.
Isn't it?
In most cases, that's the case nowadays. But I think that you can check NFTs in a way that if you look at the big companies like Walmart, IBM, how they utilize NFTs, they're not selling pictures of cats, but they're using it for the supply chain management. They use it to scan a milk bottle and know, like, hey, what kind of cows produce this milk, who brewed this milk in the supermarket, how much we have left. All this information that can be like that, it tracks history. The NFT tracks like the whole history of an asset, whether that's a physical or digital asset. And I think this kind of small optimizations and efficiency-driven practices are unavoidable practically. It's not a matter of whether we liked NFTs or Web3 or not, but it's just going to make life faster, easier, more interactive, less frustrating for everyone.
Okay, Joaquin, we have less than a minute, so...
Yeah, okay, no, just wanted to add, we have like a huge gap between Web 2 and Web 3 people, right? So there is this gap that we need to focus on education, so we can get together all these two worlds, and so the average Joe can benefit from all these technologies that we are benefiting right now. So
okay, thank you very much for, well, showing me that I have no idea about this stuff. Thank you very much for being with us. Ευχαριστούμε πάρα πολύ.
Thank you.